Good morning. Was it good morning still? Just barely. All right, welcome to Blurry Vision Book Review. Dun, dun, dun. All of our friends, our family, and newcomers, we're very excited to share our book with you. So, my name's Teresa.
I'm Miranda.
This is Miranda. This is a fun get together series where we pick a book. We then pick a drink based off the book. We drink the book. You get to see. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't drink the book. I'm sorry. We pick a drink based off the book and we drink the drink. I've already been drinking. This is our second one this morning. We started at 9 a.m. So bear with me. Anyway, we base the book off the drink off the book. And then we drink the drink. So today, Miranda's going to give us... I fucked that all up. Keep going. Okay. Do you want to do the disclaimer? Since I literally just said fuck. Please do the disclaimer. Miranda's going to give you a disclaimer, and then I will continue. When she can catch her breath. Okay. Drink the book. Oh my God. Okay.
Anyway, our disclaimer is we are not for everybody. If you have anybody who's easily offended or kids in the room, they're probably not going to enjoy us. We are a good time, but we do not censor ourselves. So you have been forewarned. If those people are here, earmuffs or out of the room.
Yeah, shut it down.
Not us though. Don't shut us down.
No, don't shut us down. Especially if you want some laughs. So, back to me. Today we're going to be reviewing a book by Claire Kingsley again, which is a new favorite author of mine. It's the third book in the series. It's called Marrying Mr. Wrong. And then, like I said before, we based the book off of a drink. And today's drink, because this is a series and it is called the Dirty Martini Running Club, our first bout with martinis was an epic fail.
Oh God, it was so bad.
The Dirty Martinis were horrific. We ended up switching that up to something else. So today, what we have for you are these.
I don't have martini glasses yet,
no.
So it's out of the wine.
No, we're in the beginning stages, so it's okay.
Yeah, we'll get there.
This isn't a martini. Let me just put that out there. It's a concoction. So we were going to do lavender lemon drops because my other girlfriend made them for me and they were phenomenal. However, I don't have her talent. No. So these
or her lavender.
No. So these are blueberry lemon drops that we have made today for this session.
And they're phenomenal.
And they are very good.
It took a lot for us to figure out the recipe.
There's a lot of blueberry syrup in here, but they're delicious now.
They're very good.
Easy to go down.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we get started, let's just should we just get into it? So we just cheers it up? Okay.
Cheers it up and let's go.
Okay, so here we go.
All right.
Okay.
Genre.
So we've already talked about
the name of the book. We already said that.
We already did that. Yeah. Genre, what'd you call it?
Spicy rom-com.
Really?
I laughed my ass off.
I called it a cutesy romance.
Oh, that's cute. You know what?
We read two books
not
and
very spicy.
No, it wasn't very. I don't think this one was very spicy.
Because I even said
like
at one point in time. Because we have a question on here that's like, do you like the heat level? And I was like, yeah. There's not as much focus on this as the other books in this exact same series, but it was still good. Like it was good, but
Plus, you're waiting for it to finally happen. Anyway, I love the author's note, so I'm going to read that real quick.
Oh, yeah, read it, please.
So I'm going to read this for you real quick, because this is what the author says about the book. An adorkable hot mess who throws a cocky charmer completely off his game. Plus a salty dad, plain matchmaker, laugh-out-loud banter, a couch scene that will melt your Kindle, and the swooniest of swoony happy endings. And honestly, that's like what this book is. Sophie and Camden Cox are
so they all call him Cox.
They all call him Cox, and that's Cox, C-O-X, not Cox like you're thinking. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. It is a series.
Yep. This is number 3 in the book.
3 of 4.
Yep.
Yep.
We think. Because
Claire, we hope that there's a book about Jensen. Claire
Kingsley. Amazing author.
Yes.
Please write a book about Jensen.
I need to hear what Jensen does to these ladies.
Yeah.
I do. Because he makes them swoon.
So I don't think we saw him in the first book.
He was not in the first book.
He was not. That book was Everly and Shep. Highly recommend it.
Very good.
Then book 2 was
Hazel and Corbin.
Yep. And highly recommend that one as well.
Very good.
But then
very hot copy scene. Copy room. My mom can't quit talking about it.
Right? She needs to read the rest of the books.
Yes, she does.
Anyway, there's this, I think it's a stepbrother or it's a half brother. It's a half brother because they have the same dad but different moms, is what I've gathered about Jensen.
Either that or he's not a relation. I don't know.
Well, because you sent me a snap and it was like, his mom lived in Europe, her mom lived here. So I'm like, it has to be, the common denominator is the dad's junk.
You're right.
Like,
yeah, well, obviously.
Say it again.
Obviously, you're right.
But he's just so like swoon-worthy and flirty and funny that I'm like, I need his story.
We know for sure there's 4 at least.
There's at least 4 books. Because the next one will be Nora.
Yeah, and a tattoo artist.
A tattoo artist, which I'm a fan of that. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think the next Blurry should be at a tattoo parlor while we're getting tattoos.
Oh, I've wanted a tattoo.
You don't have any?
No. I have a piercing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want like a full thigh tattoo.
Oh.
And I want like my whole back done. If I didn't work in the corporate world, I would like from here down.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
What would you get in the nether regions?
I heard tigers are popular there.
Okay. All right.
Anyway.
So, what just happened to all my notes?
Okay. So, name of the series, Dirty Martini Running Club.
Yep.
This is number 3. Favorite part of the book?
Yeah, they run, and then they go to a bar and they drink dirty martinis.
Yeah, it's a fantastic mix.
Yeah, it's a great get-together for ladies. Like, I highly recommend it. I don't personally think running's an option. Not for me.
We could do it, though.
We could do, I don't know, like, shoot back tequila walking club or something.
Oh! Lemon Drop Lazy Walk Club.
Lazy walk! Love it. So we're going to invent that.
We'll make it open so anybody can come join the walk with us. We'll have this is
and
great.
then I think we should go to this Mexican joint for the but it needs to be a lemon drop. Frozen one over at Hop and Drops. The one in the frozen ice glass.
Okay.
It is unbelievable.
I've never had it.
It's a gummy bear martini. We should go there today. We should go get lunch.
We should go get lunch. We've got plenty of time.
And get these lemon drop.
Justin will drive us.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, sorry, off topic.
Sorry.
Anyway, back to the book.
Favorite part of the book.
Okay.
All of the laugh out moments while reading it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So my favorite part of the book, and honestly, I'm just going to say it because when you start reading it, you're going to read it. Like, it's not going to be a big kill scene for her, but I love the first part of the gala. So she goes to a gala. Did I say it right? Gala?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think earlier you said gala.
I immediately fell in love with Sophie. Her character is hilarious. She is, what I said about her is she is a clumsy hot mess with a heart of gold.
Yep, absolutely.
But my favorite part is, so she went to this gala in this beautiful dress. It's like a silky dress, I think is what she referred to it as. But she goes commando. So she doesn't wear any panties.
But it's not because she didn't want lines.
No.
It's because she forgot.
She literally forgot her underwear. And the dress is a little bit short. So she's like, trying to like pull her dress down or whatnot. And anyway, she gets herself into a crazy situation where there's this, so her dad likes to hook her up or wants to hook her up. He wants to marry her off. And he had this doctor that he went to. And so she calls him Dr. Handsy Perv or something like that. Anyway, the doctor's at the gala and he's going after her. So she's running away from him. She runs into this gal. Was her name Ruby?
No. Yes.
Ruby, right?
Possibly.
Anyway, the gal gets her into the bathroom and she's like, don't worry, I've got you, blah, blah, blah. Well, Ruby is a fucking freak and she's got her own set of like ideas in her mind because she's like, ooh, this girl's cute in her little short dress. So she's like, come on, he's still out in the lobby. I'll get you up to my room. My husband's up there. Like, we'll get you somewhere safe. You can get away from him, and then you can come down later. Well, turns out Ruby and her husband are into bringing other women into the mix, and they want to have a threesome along with Coke.
Yeah.
And that's not Coca-Cola Classic we're talking about, folks.
Yeah. Ran away from Creeper straight into a threesome with Coke.
Yeah. So the book, so just to like full circle this whole thing. So she like panics, runs into the bathroom.
Yeah.
She dips the Coke off the tray. Coke goes over. She's like, don't breathe, don't breathe, don't breathe. And she runs into the bathroom.
I can see you doing this, like absolute panic.
Oh my God,
like...
it would be me in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And then she's in the bathroom and she's like, what do I do? What do I do? And she sees sheets. So she ties sheets together and she freaking throws it over the balcony because she's on the second floor. She's like, only got to go one floor. And so here she is coming down, and Camden Cox, who has to be there, of course, is at the bottom, and he's looking up at all of her little bits.
Yeah.
And and that's how it starts. And he's just like, whoa, nothing to the imagination. She's right there in his face.
The first sentence of this book, I never should have gone commando in this dress.
Yes.
And I'm like, if that's how a book starts, then please sign me up. It's amazing. So, least favorite part? I literally said, I don't think I can.
I didn't have a not favorite part in this book at all.
Yeah.
Like, really not at all.
Mm-hmm.
It
was great.
Her father, Melvin, is hilarious. So he's always trying to set her up. He's described as sandpaper, and he hates kale.
Yeah, oh God.
And
hang on, let me get that quote. Hang on. There's this amazing quote that he says. So she goes over there to make breakfast, right? And so she always tries to hide vegetables in it because the older generation doesn't like vegetables.
Yeah.
So he goes, there better not be any kale. I laughed. No, you've made your feelings about that extremely clear. It's a fucking scam. Goddamn kids trying to say everyone has to eat kale and they'll die. Sorry, let me restart that. That better not be kale, he laughed. No, you've made your feelings about kale extremely clear. It's a fucking scam. Goddamn kids think that trying to say everyone has to eat kale or they'll die of a fucking heart attack. It's not a miracle food. Now bacon, now that's a miracle food.
Mm-hmm.
So she holds up a package of bacon. Looks what I have here, and he goes, that's my girl. So he hates kale, he hates vegetables. And so it's like this joke about her trying to get veggies into the food.
He's always trying to hook her up. So there's Dr. Hansy Perv, that's the first one. Then the gutter cleaner. He's like, oh, he's got a good job and he's cute. And then I got his number. Then the electric company worker that climbs the poles, he had his number too. But the funniest thing he says about it is, and I wrote it down.
Yes.
I'm just throwing fucking spaghetti at the wall. So one of these days, something's got to stick. Yeah. He just wants her married off.
He wants her to not be alone. Yes. And that's basically, it's like the sweetest thing for her.
And I like, seriously, like, I could have hugged Sophie. To me, like, I am kind of a klutz, and I'm taking care of my father. I handle his medications. I'm it for him. Like, there's nobody else. And she's doing the same, like, taking care of her dad and stuff. Yeah. So I just, like, I don't know.
You just feel it.
I just felt it. I had this special place in my heart for this book.
They okay, so race to the end or slow burn?
I raced to the end.
Race to the end, absolutely. It was amazing.
Yes.
Which scene stuck with you the most? I haven't told you this part.
Oh God, okay, I'm ready.
So, like every other book, there's a fight, something happens, right? Mm-hmm. But there's always a makeup point. Mm-hmm. The music box.
Oh my God, I wrote that.
I about started crying. So I lost my mom recently, and she lost her mom when she was young. And her mom had this music box, and all of a sudden, like, that's what, it was damaged at some point in time in the book.
The burglar.
Yeah.
Well, not even the burglar. He thought his wife was cheating on him. He was in the wrong apartment. Yeah. But he knocked it over.
He knocked it over. It got fit. Like, that's when she realized, like, she saw that music box and she was like, oh my God, it's better than my mom left it to me in. Like, so that was the part that stuck with me.
Yeah, he sanded it and made it better than new.
Yeah.
Like, for her. And I said that the scene that stuck with me was a house in Woodinville.
Oh my God.
Yes. Her dad loves to fish, and so Cox, the agreement, God, we didn't even get into this.
No, we haven't.
So you would think Mary and Mr. Wrong would be like a marriage of convenience. Well, this wasn't. This was accidental marriage in Vegas over way too many drinks.
Yep.
And so he is running for governor. He's running.
Foxes?
Yeah, remember? He's political. He's in the political race.
No.
Yes.
He's trying to build the skyline in Bellevue.
Well, what the fuck? What book am I thinking of? I thought it was the political race.
No, he's trying to get investors to help him build his new project in Bellevue, Washington.
Oh.
And so his partner was like the guy who got like sex and drugs, and so his partner got kicked out. It was the bitchy lawyer.
What the hell? I thought that
there's no political anything in this book.
I thought he wanted her to stay married to him so that it would not
his investors wouldn't think that he was a flake and a drunk like his.
Oh my gosh, partner. I don't know what book I'm thinking of. What book is he going to be a senator?
None that we've read together.
Really? Interesting. Well, my bad. This is what
happens when you drink and talk about books.
And you read too many of them. Well, anyway, I thought they had a pretty much a pact because he was going to buy her dad a house.
Correct.
In return for her staying married.
Yes.
He's not a senator?
He's not a senator. He is a higher up at a company. It's his company. His partner ended up getting fired because of sex and drugs.
What book am I thinking
I don't know, but it is not this book. This one is not political. Not political.
Anyway, my favorite, so he's buying a house for dad.
Yeah.
He finds this house in Woodinville, and it has a father-in-law, mother-in-law house right on the lake with a dock.
Yep.
And it's like 30 minutes out of town for where they're at now.
Yeah.
But he's like, I just thought maybe we could live in that one.
We could live in the big house with all of our children, and you're just like, ah!
Yes. So
yes.
That was the sing, and then at the same time I said him fixing her music box of her mom's. Oh God.
Okay.
Struck all the feels.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
But also the laughter. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you read another book by this author? I literally I don't even know how many zeros I put, but I was like 1,000,000%. I fucking love her.
Mm-hmm.
So she has a Christmas book coming out, or it's out already. I'm sorry. It is out.
Oh, the one
it's
you
called
sent me.
Grump Saved by Christmas.
Yes, you sent it to me.
Yes, and I was like, oh my God, we need to read that.
Yep.
So
I would definitely. Did it impact your mood? Yes. Gave me all the feels. I said I laughed, got angry, I was worried, and it gave me happy tears.
I said made me so happy, except when I had to stop reading.
Yeah.
Literally, it was just such a great book.
It was such a good book.
Did you like the heat level? And I said, yeah, not as much of a focus as previous books in this series, because the last series between Hazel and Camden was hot.
Yeah.
This one was like, oh, there's some good stuff, but that's not what this book was about, and it was just different, and I loved it. And so did heat level for you? What did you think?
I said an 8. Maybe I thought there was more. Maybe I got my books confused.
You said it was an 8. You earlier in this thingy, you said that there wasn't as much as there was.
No, there was heat in this.
There was, but not as much. There was no copy room scene that you remember.
I honestly don't even remember the scenes in this book. It's because I read this book first. I said an 8.
Well, there was the couch scene.
Yeah.
There was the bedroom scene when the lawyer walked in.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yes, the lawyer was awful. I literally referred to her as the backstabbing, stuck-up, creepy voyeur.
And I referred to her as the bitchy lawyer. So you had more detail. Was the connection believable? Abso-freaking-lutely. Yeah. Absolutely. There was nothing about this that makes me not.
Well, and they knew each other from before, but Camden didn't remember until, because she referred to herself as Sophia.
And she's called Sophie.
Sophie, yeah. So he didn't put 2 and 2 together until they were in the boardroom. Right?
No, he put it together with his mom, I thought. Maybe not. He puts it together eventually. but his mom is freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
There's one part where she takes golf lessons all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one part where they were talking about like all of her friends get together and have a club, and she's like, yeah, as a matter of fact, we do. Last month the theme was grown-ass men who never date girls long enough to bring them home to meet their mama. I took lots of notes. And it's because he's never brought anybody home to meet mom. Mm-hmm. And so all of her little like cute little comebacks or little snippets that she would say, I was like, oh my God, you're amazing. I'm
still trying to figure out where the senator is.
I don't know. Okay, do you want to read the next book?
Yes.
I put it in cap locks. Yes.
I want to because Nora's character is hilarious.
She's amazing.
She's the one that got was it Everly or was it Hazel to just own it? Maybe it was all of them. Just own it. Own what you got.
I think that she actually said that in Hazel's book, though.
Yeah. So I can imagine what it's going to be like with her because she's a go-getter.
She's amazing. It's going to be a tough one. I did read, so one thing that this author does that is amazing, and I think we've talked about it in the other books, is she always does a epilogue.
Eulogy is not what happens.
It's not a eulogy, an epilogue. And she gives you like the look years ahead. So it's always the things that you're like, oh, this is a happily ever after, blah. But it's like she gives you a few extra pages to just understand like, this is what happens after. So she closes the loop for you on those stories. Mm-hmm. And it's never the same time frame. Like the one we got for Shep and Everly was not the same that we got for Camden and Hazel.
Sophie. Camden
and Hazel.
Hazel and Corbin.
Oh, shit. God dang it. Corbin and Hazel have like, theirs is like way far out there for her story. And then Hazel, God dang it. Sophie and Cox, theirs is like not that far in advance either. And so you just see all of this and it's just, she puts this beautiful little bow on it. And you're so happy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, standout quotes and favorite quotes. I feel like we've said all of those pretty, there's a lot. There's so many and they're so good.
There's one thing in the very beginning of the book where it says, to my hot messes, be you, be messy, be real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just own it.
Just do it. I mean, obviously, I'm losing my voice. We're drinking drinks and having a great time. We're clearly not getting our shit together, but we're having a good fucking time.
Yeah.
I will say, I guessed incorrectly about the storyline of the lawyer.
Yeah.
I didn't have that one right. Ish.
I knew something wasn't up because Sophie saw her with Dominic, who Dominic was...
That's the drug and sex guy.
The drug guy, yeah. He was snorting cocaine off of females' asses or something like that. But anyway. And he was a creep. Like when...
Yeah, I didn't like him.
Sophie was really trying to bring it down. Like figure out so that Cox didn't get hurt or anything like that. Are you sure he's not a senator?
Positive.
God bless. Anyway, so, oh my God, my face is getting numb already. Vodka does that to me. But anyway, all in all, this book, hands down, was so good.
I loved it.
I loved this book.
I gave it the highest score I've ever given, and that's a 4.5 cocktails.
Oh, I gave it a 5.
Did you?
I did.
Oh.
I gave it a 5, and I literally said, literally, did I say that right? I said 1 to 2 shots only.
I said coworkers 2 shots, family 3 because my
mom has this book. She was supposed to be here
again.
She was supposed to be here again. She was supposed to be here for the first one or the second one.
Yep.
And then she was busy doing whatever. She was at work.
She was saving the world
with this dog. Now this time, my brother's selling a house and she's going away for Thanksgiving and she's got to get her hair cut. So they're done. Color done. Anyway. She's out again. She didn't even read the book, so I'm going to try to get her to read book 4 and have her on here. She's very hesitant about being on film. But
she can sit in the background.
She'll probably sit in the background and hear her voice.
Until we have more of these, and then
more cocktails, and then she'll probably be here with us because she's a hoot.
Yeah. Because my family, I just, like, we don't participate in this type of... I know my family's feelings on different types of books, and this isn't something they read. So I said 3. My coworkers, I have one coworker, shout out to the person who never reads the books I recommend. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I said 2, but
called out.
yeah, no, not saying your name, but you know who you are.
Yeah.
Friends, I said 0. A big fat 0. I would call up our core 4 and be like, girls,
read it.
You need to read this series. The series is phenomenal.
Very cute. Very cute.
Yeah.
So I think for December, we're gonna read the Claire Kingsley one, the holiday one.
No, Grump Saves Christmas.
Grump Saves Christmas, and then also Icebreaker was on the list.
I think Icebreaker's on the list.
I think Icebreaker's on the list, and I can't remember the author's name on that, but I've heard it's pretty dang good.
And I have it,
so we're going to do that. But we also, when we said this in the last podcast, we went to Barnes & Nobles, and we did this cute little fun day, just the 2 of us. We had a wheel on a phone where we decided what kind of drinks we were having. We picked genre of books. We picked what needed to be on the books. And we ended with true crime, which we have a book by Anne Rule,
which we
that's
love.
The Green River Killer
Green
series,
River Running Red,
which is kind of a home thing for us because it happened here.
Yep.
So that's one that we will be adding into the mix at some point, and then we have Done and Dusted.
Yes, and this is our small town with blue on the cover.
Yep, small town romance. So at some point we'll be getting those ones read.
And then I went to an aisle.
Oh yeah, and then Miranda went to an aisle and she literally, she was gonna go like this and she was just gonna pick one, and then she felt a little bit hesitant.
The romance aisle is so busy at Barnes & Noble. It is so busy.
And so
I am positive one of the women there was a hooker. Positive.
She was a hooker. She was with a guy, and I don't know why he would take her to a bookstore to start off with, but they were on a date and they were going back to whatever they were going back to. But yeah, no, she was a hooker.
She was a hooker.
We were in Lakewood, for crying out loud.
We were in not a good part of town. They were on their first date. They were just getting to know each other. It was very weird. Anyway.
You closed your eyes, and then the first book she saw when she opened her eyes.
I opened them, and I was like, okay, it's that one. And so we have Minx by Sophia Lark.
Yep, so that'll be another one that we'll read.
This will go in there as well. So.
Oh, and then we have another one, too, because there was a sci-fi book, right?
Wolf something.
Wolf, Red Wolf, Red something. Anyway, that's another one that we're cheap. We didn't want to cheap. It was a half price book, but it wasn't cheap enough for us. So we Amazon that one, and so that one came in too. So we have quite a few books to read.
It's called For the Wolf.
Oh, For the Wolf. Yeah. It's like a science fiction, or is it fairyland, or what is it?
I don't remember. It's a New York bestseller.
And then
the little snippet says, a brilliant dark fantasy debut.
Okay. And then there is a science fiction book that we also need to read because the author is a friend of my hairdresser.
Yes.
And she actually asked her how the podcasts were going.
Did she?
She wants to be on it when we read her book. Oh my God.
God.
So we'll have to do that too, and it'll be kind of fun to have somebody here.
Have the author there. So be like, this is how we felt during the book. And she'll be like, well, that's what I was going for. No, that's not what I was going for at all.
Yes, and she's local too. So that might be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Also, we could even maybe reach out to the one out of Ording. Was it Ording that just put out their first book?
I think it was.
Because they just did a signing at that 12 Farm 12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once we get through
we got a lot of stuff coming up.
So much stuff coming up.
So if you enjoyed this as much as we did,
we enjoyed it a lot.
Yes, follow us and be ready for more because we're ready.
Cheers.
Cheers.